flying by.
Hey, how was a good night for you to get a couple of touchdowns? I know you don't care about personal accolades, but your first couple of TD passes in, I think, 4 weeks.
Yeah, and that was who did I throw? Dom. Yeah, Dom again on the that little out route. Dom and Kenny. Yeah, they just didn't cover Kenny. It kind of caught me by surprise. I was like, oh, all right. But yeah, that was good to get in the end zone. But it was better to score 55 today. You know, we wanted that, and Cash made a great run at the end. So that was cool.
That you're able to make 5 or 6 throws beyond 20 yards, a lot of air yards behind your throws today. You can talk about unleashing some of those balls on target.
Yeah, I felt better this week. Just coming in, just throwing. I kept warm on the sideline. Ball felt good coming out of my hands today, and so yeah, and you know, good protection. You got to have that for balls down the field. And the dudes went up and made plays.
Last run I want to ask you about looked like a train wreck coming. I mean, I know you're pretty smart about getting down and preserving yourself.
Yeah, dude, that hurt.
That looks scary. What happened there?
Well, they went 0, and you know, I probably should have just thrown it away after I scrambled. But the dude got up on me. I didn't think he was that close until he hit me. I was like, geez, that hurt. But yeah, I mean, I probably need to be smarter there, but, you know, Pod made the field goal, so we ended up.
Stetson, as the guy that's throwing to him, how would you evaluate how far the receivers have come this year, what the state of that room is at this point, kind of heading into the bye week at about the halfway point of the year?
I'd say we've gotten better, and I'd say we've got, you know, a long way to go in all positions, right? And I think that's what this bye week's hitting at a great time. You know, go in there, get healthy, get better, and then, you know, go face a really good Florida team.
How much personally do you need that bye week, I think, just to get everything feeling right?
I'm really not feeling that bad. I got freaking, it was like somebody, you ever get frogged in the shoulder? That's what the last hit felt like. So it's just bruised. But I don't know. I'm not too beat up, but we've got a few guys who are. So I mean, it's gonna help.
How's this offense evolved? I mean, early on it looked like you had that quick perimeter strike going. It looks like defense adjusted. Monk adjusts back. I mean, what would you say about where this offense is at and what's ahead?
I mean, I don't know what's ahead. You know, it depends on how we keep going. But I'd say we executed the plan today very well. You know, I'd say we felt comfortable with it. There were a few times where we weren't on the same page, and that's got to get fixed. But overall, I'm really, really happy with how we executed and how physical and tough and hard we played today.
Steve McNair, I guess, led the league in touches. Are you aware of this story?
Who?
Steve McNair.
Okay.
Have you heard this or not?
I have not.
Okay, so anyway, so the guys were talking about touching, smiling, and the way that y'all are connecting with one another. How's that been going lately, and has anything
You said
Steve McNair.
Steve Nash.
Was it Steve Nash?
Steve
Okay, so they said Steve McNair. Okay, go ahead.
They're wrong.
I'll tell Pop they're wrong.
Well, yeah, was it Pop? Good. I like telling him he's wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, they did a study on it, and, you know, it's just, hey, we're here, right? I mean, I don't know what it says to the guy, but it's like, hey, do better. Hey, you're good. Hey, great play, right? It's just let them know that hey, we're teammates here. We're here. I don't know the science behind it, but I do know it helps.
How much does connection matter in this team, though? You know, we're 7 games into it, and you've got a rough stretch coming up. How much will that matter?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be at the epicenter of whatever we do. You know, that's why football's so beautiful, is because it matters what all 11 do on every single snap of the ball, right? Some positions don't have as much importance on particular snaps, but they're all crucially important in any given scenario in any game. And we've got to know that we rely on them, and we got to know that when we mess up, that the guy next to us is going to have our back, right? And that's that trust and that belief, and that, hey, we might have to go through to the gates of hell, but I know you're going to be on my left and you're going to be on my right, and we'll get through it, right?
Stetson, what does it like to throw a couple touchdown passes? I know some people are like, oh, you didn't have any last 3 games. You know, you obviously could have had some. I think Bowers got tackled at the 1-1 game. Yeah. I mean, is it good just to get that off you, or do you don't care?
No, I mean, I try to throw the ball to the guy who's open. I'm glad that in the last 2 weeks we've done better in the red zone, you know, scoring touchdowns. So I'm happy about that. You know, and you know, the touchdown will take care of himself.
You pay any attention to the other games in the league? I mean, Alabama, Tennessee, big showdown back and forth.
No, that was a focus today. That was hey, we're playing Vanderbilt today, right? And whatever's going on around in the country, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to us because we're playing an SEC East opponent, and we've got to go out there and do our job. And if we're focusing on another game, then we're not focusing on ours. And now we can go watch the games, right? Now we
Do
can.
you have a
What's that
curiosity
score?
about that? I think it was 42-42 with about 7 minutes left.
All right, I saw there was a fumble. There was a fumble.
It already happened. Okay.
So you are tracking it.
Well, it was when we went into the locker room. They had it in the treatment room, and I saw it. I think Tennessee fumbled in 15. Was his name?
And that happens though. That type of fumble can happen for a quarterback and a running back.
No, it shouldn't ever happen. No.
Stetson, so much was made of you having an entire offseason for Monk to design the offense. Can you just reflect on where you're at now, maybe to the halfway point of last season when I guess you were just kind of taking over in that Arkansas game?
Yeah, I mean, it is weird. I thought about it in fall camp and in the games leading up, just like the timeline, the time is just different than last year. But I don't know. We played.
Do you feel that much? I mean, obviously you were running the offense effectively last year,
Right.
but does it feel that much better now?
Yeah. I'd say, it's a mix. There's a whole different. Sorry about that. There's a bunch of variables that go in. Winning a national championship helps. Going through a whole offseason with the guys helps. But yes, I would say there's a higher confidence there within the offense.
About 2 minutes, guys.
First 3 weeks, wire to wire.
Right.
Great. Last 3 weeks.
Right.
Kind of uneven.
Right.
And this week back to wire.
Right. Yeah, I'd say mentally, we've got to get away from that. We've got to get away from, like I said, expecting, or I don't know what it is, but we got to play our game every single week, and we've got to play it until that last whistle blows. And if the bye week helps, then I hope it does.
Is there a significance